will be at the afternoon after lunch section 2:30. Our friends, we have invite adjusters to come and sharing their claim experience, the claim process. Okay. Basic product of basic knowledge, product knowledge about fire insurance. The fire insurance basically is governed by fire tariff lah, huh? The rating actually are based on the construction and the trade, the occupation under the fire tariff. The following policy are governed by tariff, which is fire insurance, fire consequential loss, house owner and householder. Okay, we have to follow the fire tariff. Okay, what is the scope of cover for the basic fire insurance? Actually, basic fire insurance, we buy fire insurance, we not only cover fire, but also cover fire, lightning, and explosion of domestic boiler or gas, domestic gas, which is not forming part of the any gas group. So fire insurance is not only cover fire, lightning is very common. Lightning happens, and lightning damage is quite frequent also. Domestic explosion is more to like cooking gas. Okay. So we have special period extension beside fire. So we buy fire insurance or not only cover fire, lightning, and domestic explosion. If the insured have some other concerns, the policy also can extend the cover. So what is it? You can extend to cover aircraft damage, earthquake, storm tempest, flood, subsidence landslide, spontaneous combustions, bush lalang fire, electrical installation, sprinkler leakage and damage to the building, sprinkler leakage and damage to the content. So let's see aircraft damage. Aircraft damage it doesn't mean that we pay the aircraft. We pay the damage caused by the aircraft. Okay, maybe aircraft. You don't mislead by this aircraft damage photo lah. Aircraft damage is not only cover the aeroplane fly from the sky and damage to your property, but anything from the sky, fall from the sky is also can claim under aircraft damage. All right. Next, if I'm too fast, everyone please stop me. Sometimes I talk too fast. Earthquake damage. Earthquake damage. Malaysia don't have earthquake lah. No need to buy earthquake. This is what we commonly hear from our clients. They say no need earthquake, no need. But I'm not sure. Do you know how earthquakes happens or not? This earthquakes happens is when the underneath our earth the thing move, then cause the earthquake law. But we don't know when this movement of the underneath the earth come to Malaysia, when it comes. We don't know. The weather can change. The movement of underneath the earth also can change. So earthquake damage, we don't know will it come to Malaysia or not. Buy insurance is to cover unforeseen, okay, unforeseen circumstances. So I will really highly recommend earthquake damage cover to be put into or recommend to your customer. Earthquake damage, we don't know when. Okay, when it will come to Malaysia, like tsunami those days, we never affect, but it still affect Malaysia and Georgetown area. Okay, so we will pay the damage to the property that insured with us. Let's say the building or the plant machinery damage when the earthquakes happen. Earthquake. Storm tempest one, like everyone look at outside your house or outside your office. Today weather very dangerous. Storm damage is nowadays very common. You see, suddenly it can be a very heavy windstorm. So storm tempest, storm damage is a very, very, very good perils that actually you should as recommend to your insured. We don't know when storm come. Okay, maybe in a year also never happen, or 10 years also never happen, but it doesn't mean won't happen. Storm damage commonly will damage to the building, outside building. I didn't buy building insurance ma. I just cover my stock and plant machinery. I cover content, the building not belong to me. So do I need to cover windstorm damage or not? Everyone, give me a response. I would like to hear from the floor. I mean, some of the experienced agents. Maybe do you want to share with us? Anyone want to share with us? Do you think that if the insured didn't cover building, just cover content, their stock, their plant machinery, or office equipment, do you think they should take up windstorm damage or not? Can we have some volunteer? Can we have some volunteer who want to share with us? Anyone here can share with us? Mr. Uy, are you here? Sim, let's you see anyone is here. Anyone want to give us some Leo Leo, do you want to share with us or not? If the insured only cover content, because we have some new agent over here. We not only have experienced agent over here, I don't say over, like say experienced agent over here, but also we have many new agent or many agent mainly doing motor insurance. They seldom involved in fire insurance. Now we learn together. Okay, Leo, are you here? Leo, do you want to share with us or not? If the insured only cover content, do you think that they should take up windstorm damage or not?
Of course.
Of course. Why do you think they should?
Well, naturally, I mean, logically, the storm will damage the building first before getting to the contents, isn't it?
Correct. Very good. Thank you for sharing well. Actually, when windstorm damage to the building, the water will come in or not? It will come in and damage to your stock and your contents. Okay, that's why actually windstorm damage also shall actually extend to be covered under fire insurance policies, which only cover content, not the building. But very trigger, please, windstorm damage, the windstorm must first damage the building, the external building, then the water come in, only cover the damage to the content. If the building didn't damage, the water come in, the wind blow, the water come in, the rainwater come in and damage to the content, the property inside the building. Do we cover or not? Anyone can share? Do we cover or not? No damage to the building, but the windstorm, the storm is so heavy until the rainwater flash in and damage to the content. Do we cover or not? Anyone? No. Then you can claim your I think I need to offer some coffee voucher or some tidbits only can somebody respond to me with. Leo, since you are sharing this, Leo, do you think that we can actually pay if no damage, the windstorm didn't damage to the building? Can we pay the content or not?
No.
Very good, thank you, Leo. No, the first rule is the windstorm must damage to the building first. All right, thank you. Next, flood. Flood damage. 2017, we have a very serious flood damage to the building, to the content. Many people unexpected the flood happened. Like now, we don't know when the rain come, heavy rain come, windstorm, we don't know when. And some of the insured may tell you, this area, I stay here 50 years already. Never happened flood. No need to buy flood. Flood so expensive. Right? So, if you are professional agent. Do you think that we should actually recommend insured to take up flood or not? Shall we? Agent, give me some response. Whether you are new or experienced agent. Can you share with us? Do you think you want to recommend to this kind of client or not? I'm still up here, no flood. I'm 50 years old here, no flood. Flood is covered from ground up or what? If you actually read, flood is actually cover the water which is cannot run away and damage to the property. Actually, flood is not only sometimes the water cannot run very fast, then I mean tapong at the premise, then cause the damage also cover. Huh? Accumulated. Good. Thank you, Steve. So very important. Actually, flood not necessary. Not flood prone area, no need to buy flood. If everybody not flood prone area, no need to buy flood. Then flood prone area insurance company also don't take. Then how? All right. Next, flood damage. We don't know when. Whether you are lower level area or high, maybe the uphill level a bit. Whether you are staying in condo or you are staying landed. Actually, we actually should recommend people to take flood damage. So this is some of the flood damage photo happened in Georgetown. So hardly happened, maybe 50 years one, but we don't know when. Okay. Next, explosion damage. Explosion. Very recent explosion damage is the Anju factory. Oh, the damage quite severe. The explosions. Okay, explosion occur in Phoenix apartment. Year 2019. Okay, four walls collapse due to the explosion, the impact. Okay. Then in Kuching, the gas tank explode. Kuching Mall. So we don't know. So explosion damage. Some of the people will think I didn't cook my house don't have the domestic gas. Oh, my office, I purely office only. This is hotel only. I'm only selling. I'm general merchandise at supermarket. I don't sell anything explode. No need to take explosion. So actually, but you don't forget your neighbor. You don't know what your neighbor have. Maybe they are go down. They are warehouse inside store something that it maybe explode. Easy to explode. We don't know. Explosion damage. We pay to the damage to the property or building structure or the content. Okay? The store plant machinery. So please advise your customer to take up explosion damage as well. So this is domestic explosions. Gas cylinder explode at home. This one automatically when you take up fire insurance is covered. Some of the explosion damage photo for you to see. The impact damage. Oh, okay. This is quite common. Impact damage. We will pay to the damaged building, damaged property. Mainly is a very common one is the external building, the gate. You know we have Malaysia have a lot of good driver and they like to drink and drive. So this is what happened. On sometimes it's not drink also. They may be just blah blah take handphone, also press engine oil and boom. We don't know when happened. So impact damage not very expensive for reals, very cheap. The cheapest for real is it same 0.04, right? This one is 0.04. Yeah, this one cheap, very cheap for reals only should include impact damage. Impact damage not only by car, can be by animal, right? Wild boar. They like to come out from their house. They like to come out, then it will make damage to the gate or building. Okay, next. bursting or overflow of the water tank or pipe damage. Okay, the pipe burst cause the damage to the property. Okay, don't tell me you won't happen burst pipe one, won't have overflow water tank one. Because every building has piping. Okay, the piping like electricals, maybe you can we have some electricals man, wireman, they can come and do the electrical infrared checking whether got leaking or not. But piping a bit hard lah for them to check whether got water piping problem because it's inside the building. Okay, and then when it is happen, this burst pipe, the result will be very, very, very severe because it will damage your furniture, plant machinery. It will come out, accumulate a water. Okay, but the first pipe also we highly recommend that as a professional agent, you should actually recommend to your insured. Bush lalang fire damage. This one, okay. Bush lalang is bush lalang next to the building. I got someone. Maybe you help. Someone help me mute. Okay. Bush and lalang next to the building. You know, sometimes insured building or the factory next to it is a vacant land. The vacant land, a lot of lalang. Nobody take care one. Because you know why? Because it's not belong to me, ma. It's next door one. The land is not belong to me. Why I want to clear for them? But Malaysia weather sometimes very hot, means very hot. Hot until the fire may be happen from this bush and lalang. Okay? Very, very important. If you go to visit your insured, your prospect customer and see there is a vacant land and with a lot of bushes, please advise them to clear these bushes regularly and then take up the bush and lalang fire damage. If the fire come from the bush and lalang and damage to the building and your insured didn't take up this bush and lalang fire, sorry, the claim may be thrown out. Okay. Next, subsidence and landslide. Previously, people were only, because this is a quite expensive career, 0.081%. Quite expensive, this career, subsidence and landslide. Normally, our professional agents will actually recommend to those property that actually near to the hill. Then they will highly recommend the insured to take up. But nowadays, with the recent KL happened that the Jalan India one, the Little India there, happened subsidence or somewhere that they went the subsidence happened recently. It's not only at near the hillside. So normal flat land also may have subsidence happen. So subsidence and landslide, actually, we should actually recommend to our clients because all this natural disaster, we don't know when it will happen because we don't understand this earth, the structure of this earth, underneath the earth, we don't know. Okay, so all this natural disaster, please recommend to your insured to cover. Okay, because the result of the subsidence and landslide may be very severe. Okay, this is happened in year 1993. The Highland Tower collapsed. Okay, and this is a quite recent one more. Okay, you will pay to the insured property. Okay, the building, the gate, fence, or whatsoever. Okay, landslide in Bangsa. So in back to year 2021, September, 18 September, late night, the landslide at Kemensa High. So displaced 28 family. Oh, recently also got one subsidized landslide at KL also, huh? So this is very important tutorial that actually you should actually recommend to your client. Okay. Next, spontaneous compulsion. This is probably a bit special. Spontaneous compulsion means that there's the type of compulsion in which the material, the stock, the goods itself can burn, can suddenly burst into flame without any application of apparent causes called spontaneous combustion. So what kind of thing? Many oil seed generate oil and that they are self-heating one, like palm kernels, rapeseed, and cotton sheet, and also has also been studied that this may be easily spontaneous combustion. So if in case you have this kind of client, this industry, this factory, the client is at this industry, then you can recommend them to take up this spontaneous combustion. This the stock can be caught fire. It needs the fire by themselves. Okay, riot, strike, malicious damage. This one very common. Uh, we can say as a standard period that we always and highly recommend to our injured. Normally, we will add in this RSMD. We call it RSMD, riot, strike, malicious damage. Means people purposely put fire to the building. You know, look at your face, I don't like you. So ego. Okay, tonight I take fire. I take the thinner water throw and then put fire. So this is malicious damage or due to riot or strike. So this is a very important perils that we should actually include. We don't know when people not happy or we don't know when the strike will happen. Next, damage by falling tree. This one with current weather, this is also one of the natural disaster that we don't know when will happen. Act of God. So and cause damage by the falling tree. A lot of recently we did receive a lot of inquiry. They want to extend to cover damage by falling tree with recent incident. Many incidents happen of the falling tree. They start inquire. So it's a good time for you to actually recommend to your insured also damage by falling tree. So next we finished talking all the perils. Not in really detail yet. We still have a lot of other extensions that we can include in, but this is some basic of the peril that you can recommend to your client. Agent, can you mute your mic so that we won't disturb other agents? Unless you want to share something. Next, risk assessment and evaluation of risk. How do we look at a risk? How we evaluate and how we quote a risk. Before we want to quote, provide a quotation, we need to know the risk itself, called risk assessment. Then we evaluate whether can we do how much we want to do all this. So in order for us, for the underwriter to assess the to underwrite, okay, they need to assess, they need to have more some basic information. So all this basic information, how do we get, what information do we need? So we have a few methods. First, proposal form. Proposal form, if old timer, I mean experienced agent may be very used to this proposal form. Those days we must have a proposal form before we underwrite a risk. nowadays, quite common that proposal form also people don't really fill in. Proposal form is very important document for uh, insured to declare all their information to us to underwrite. Inside the proposal form, you will ask some question about the insured name, where is the risk limit they want to cover, then what kind of activity of if a factory, what kind of activity the process flow they're doing, what kind of building structure they have, and then what is the neighbor property, all these are they're located up here or down here, and most of the information we need you can see inside proposal form. So when you are going to meet a new client and you don't know what information you need to gather from the insured, you can bring one proposal form and assist your client to fill up in order for us to quote. In fact, the proposal form is actually is a very useful document for you. 5 minutes, 5 minutes. 1 minute. So you can write the some basic information and email to us also can. Okay, next is the survey report. Some of the risks we need survey report lah. Either survey by ourselves or survey by the agent. If the agent is survey, you look at the risk. If you know how to survey lah. If you don't know, please come and look for your marketing. Look for us. We can assist you. Okay, this survey report actually will let us have the information like what we need in the proposal form. Or sometimes we also will assess the risk based on through the media. Sometimes you know nowadays Google very very powerful. Anything don't know, ask Google. So we will also Google to get some information about one risk. Okay? Rating or underwriting factor. So how we underwrite the fire insurance? How do we know how much we want to quote? How much to charge the customer? So we actually guided by section 2 of fire tariff. Okay, a clear explanation of the material used is very important to assist the underwriter. So underwriter needs to know the building construction, what is the material used for the building structure. Then only we can know which construction class we should charge. Okay, construction class is one of the rating factors. Okay, so it can for a very big risk, few million risk, 5 to 10 million or 10 million and above risk, it's good that professional agent, you can always look for a professional marketing like us to go survey with you. Like some simple risk like shop, like coffee house, like salon or whatever other smaller some insured. You can, if you don't know what is their building construction, you can take photo of your customer premise, then send to us. We can have a rough idea about the construction, no? Or you can actually know whether this is a wooden building or the whole building is all glasses one, or it is an open sided. You can briefly let us know. So let's look at the building construction class. In class 2, class 1A, we have class 1B, class 2, and class 3. 1A is all the structure which is concrete or reinforced concrete or concrete block. Class 1B is the pillar and beam are fireproof steel structure, and the external wall may be partly concrete, reinforced concrete, or other structures. Partly. Okay. Class 2, let's look at here. This one more easy to understand. Class 1A, the criteria show very clearly over here. First, non-compostable roof. Then the wall must be fully brick wall up to the roof. Okay. Then the floor is concrete. floor. Then we can read it as class 1A. Okay, tip top one, 1A. So this is some of the sample of the class 1A building. In most of the house nowadays is class 1A building. Shop lot also we mostly is class 1A building. So this is how the class 1A building look like. Okay. So class 1A building, there is also some special class 1A building. They do some shake, extension shake to the main building. Let's look at here. The main building is class 1A. The roof, the wall is concrete wall, but then they do open-sided extension, which is less than 20% of total floor area. You see, this is not more than 20%. If longer than more than 20%, then cannot already. It will go to here. Okay, class 1A building, if they have some extension shape, then you look at this description. Class 1A building with open-sided shade attached to it and with floor area less than 20% of total floor area of main building, you will have to rate as class 1A with 10% loading of basic fire and lightning rate. We will have a guideline for rate, but now we look at the construction class. Okay, class 1A will plus 10% if you have extension. As long as you have extension, then we'll have 10% loading. Okay, what if the extension more than 20%? If the extension more than 20%, then we will, such building is to be rated as class 1B building. Okay, understand? Clear? Okay, got extension, load 10%. More than 20%, class 1B, even though the main building is class 1A. But this is not applicable to the residential property. Okay. So this is some of the example of the class 1A with open-sided extension. You see this picture at the left-hand side one, smaller extension. So this one we will read as class 1A plus 10%. Okay, look at the right side one. We need some, anyone, Sim, help me call some of the participants, come and let us know. The photo at the right hand side, the building, shall we rate as class 1A plus 10 or class 1B? Anyone can comment. Come, give me some response. Who is in the group can, either you volunteer or either I call you. Shall we rate at class 1A plus 10 or class 2? Class 1B, sorry. Which one? Anybody volunteer? Oh, okay. Or you all want to type the answer in the chat box also can. Can you give me your answer in the chat box? 1A plus 10. The photo at the right side, this one. Shall we rate as 1A plus 10 or class 1B? Chat box, any answer? Mr. Yap say 1B. Yeah. Mr. Yap, thank you, Mr. Yap. So open-sided extension, whether 1A plus loading or 1B is very depend on the total floor area. We have to look at the whole plan of the building. If it's this big, this building, and this extension is shape is this, then it's considered 10% or within 20%, then it will rate as 1A plus 10 now. If this building is only this size, half of this shape, then the extension shape is this much, then you will consider as 1B. So I can't give you the answer now actually. Because the photo is not a full floor plan photo, so I can't see. I just test water. Okay, next. Class 1B, construction class 1B. Same, The roof must be non-compostable roof. Then look at the building. It is partly brick wall and partly metal wall. Or if this building is wholly made of glass, the whole building until the roof is glass, then it's considered 1B. But remember, we need to know the glass, how thick is the glass. There is some rating also. Okay, then the pillar the pillar also must be a non-compostable pillars, and the floor still the same. Must be what kind of floor? Just now we say here, concrete floor. Must be a concrete floor. Then only can rate as class 1B. Okay. This is some of the photo of class 1B building. You see here, 50% is brick wall, 50% is metal wall. Okay, we rate as class 1B building. Construction under class 1B. Okay, so there is some building, main building is class 1B building. Half of it is metal, half of it is brick. Okay, then the open-sided, Malaysian factory, they like to do some extension. Maybe for the purpose of loading and unloading, or maybe for the purpose of the existing building is not enough space. They want to do it at the extension shape there. Okay, if the open-sided extension is less than 20% of the total floor area, then as long as you have extension, then the premium, the rate, the basic fire rate will load 10%. But if the open-sided extension shape is more than 20% of the total floor area, keyword, total floor area, so the building will no longer rate as class 1B, will rate as class 2. Okay. So this is some of the sample of open-sided extension. You will load 10% as long as you have extension. So if more than 20%, class 2, you will rate as class 2 building. So class 2 building, this is some of the sample how we rate class 2 building. The roof still same, must be non-compostable roof. Then with wooden pillar, class 2 building, the first one, this one. This is a wooden pillar and partly is metal wall, partly brick wall. This kind of building we rate as class 2 building. Then look at this, the second one, the non-compostable roof. The wall is rest plank, then more than 50% is brick, even though this is brick wall with the whole one, with the rest plank, then it will consider class 2. Then this photo, look at the bottom one, non-compostable roof, steel frame, the frame is steel. The wall, the whole wall, whole four wall is metal wall and with steel pillar. Then this one also consider class 2 building. Next, the last photo here, the last picture here, non-compostable roof with steel frame, the frame is steel one, and open-sided and with steel pillar. So open-sided building, we call it open-sided one. Open-sided, like show some of the used car showroom, they only have 4 steel pillar with roof, then the car all parking at the bottom one. We consider class 2 building. Okay. So this is some of the sample of the class 2 building. Okay. You look at the brick, the brick is actually very minimal and mostly is metal. So we will consider this as class 2 building. So this is open-sided building construction under class 2. This one, the last one, we consider as construction class 3 because it is not even metal mixed with brick, but not open-sided, but made of wood. Class 3 is all other construction not conforming with class 1A, class 1B, and class 2. Not 1A, not 1B, not class 2, then we will go to class 3 building. Mostly wooden, and beware of the roof. If the roof is not a non-combustible material, like a Berlin, those day one, then you will fall under class 3 building. The roof also part of the construction class considerations. Right? I hope this is clear. Now what time? 10:45. Okay. Next. We have finished talking about the construction class. Just now we share about the fire and the peril. Then now we are talking about how do we rate a risk. So to rate a risk, firstly, we need to look at the construction class of the building, because inside the fire tariff, different construction class have different rates. Okay, whether class 1A, 1B, class 2, or class 3 have different rates. Okay. Now, the second factor to decide the rate is occupation. Okay. Occupation is the exposure of risk, varies depending on the occupation or trade carried out in the premise itself. Can be a residential premise, then you consider residential. If non-residential premise, then we will look at whether it's just a trading or is it a manufacturing. The manufacturing process, okay, will be one of the factors determine what is the occupation, and then what is the raw material used also will be one of the leading factor. Which class we should look at it? The raw material and the finished good come out. What is it? So what is the process from raw material to the finished product? We will determine whether this is a plastic risk, this is a metal risk, or this is a chemical risk. So depend on the manufacturing process, the raw material, and the finished good. Okay, it was guided by section 4 of fire tariff. So this is fire tariff. If you, I think some of you may have experienced agent definitely have. If some of the newcomer, new agents or motor agents that suddenly a client come to you and say want to buy fire insurance, you can come to refer to us how to charge the rate, or actually the fire tariff. You can Google also Mr. Google, very good on everything have. Okay. Fire tariff, this is how a fire tariff look like. This is only a portion. Look at this line. This is only one part of the fire tariff, but not everything. So, okay, this is how it class. See, the construction class, 1A, 1B, class 2, class 3, have a different rate. Okay, class 3 higher rate, class 1A lower rate. Okay, trade occupation. So what kind of occupation? A dwelling or flat apartment, or this is a general merchandise, means retail trading. Department store, emporium, supermarket, or this is a hair salon, or this is a signboard maker, or this is a hotel. Then every different occupation, different construction have different rate applied. Okay, clear? So far so good. Any question? If you're good, can you give me a thumbs up so that I know you are following? You understand? If you need to rest a while, can also give me a thumbs up. Everyone good now? Sim, can you help me see? Good. Okay, thank you for following. All right, next. Let's see other underwriting factor besides the construction class and the occupation. What other thing that we look at? So firstly, another thing that we look at is we will look at the passive or active FEA. What is FEA? Fire extinguishers appliances. FEA. So we will look at it, whether they have some fire protection, how they do their fire protection. This will be guided by section 9 in the fire tariff. This fire tariff is the Bible. So everything inside have one. So how much to rate, how much discount to give, how much to load inside the fire tariff mentioned about it. So we guided by section 9 in the fire tariff applicable to the self-rating and special rating cases. The idea of giving certain discount is we actually acknowledge the effort of the insured to invest their money to install the effective FEA. Okay, so let me see. Some of the shop, some of the factory, they, I don't think residential house have lah. They have this sprinkler, they have this hose, they have this portable fire extinguisher, they have wet riser, okay, all this. Dwelling have also those like condo apartment, they have lor. They may have fire extinguisher. Some of the service apartment they have. Firefighting system. This is how we look at the firefighting system. They have some discount. Okay, like you have fire extinguisher, you have 2.5% discount. You have hose wheel, you have additional 5% discount. So with these two items, only very easy one. Have portable fire extinguisher, you got 2.5%. You have hose wheel, you have additional 5%, you got 7.5% discount. See? So this is very common. Okay, it's time for a break. Can we have 5 minutes ladies break? All right, 10 minutes. We have a 10 minutes break. We come back at 11 o'clock. Is it okay? 11 o'clock, we come back at 11 o'clock. We continue the section. We can continue the section. Thank you, thank you. If you are here, give me okay so that I know you are here so that you can continue the section. Yeah, actually, I also wish to finish the sections earlier so that you all can enjoy the lunch and do whatever important thing. You know, we are working hours, right? Still a lot of work to do. So we will start it fast, then we can have hopefully can get this section end earlier, then continue back at 2:30. Let me share the slide. Okay, can see the slide or not? Everyone can see the slide? All right, can see the slide, huh? So what is property? So if we come back, we are talking about just now we have finished talking about the perils, what is the basic cover of the fire, what is beside fire, you should extend to cover what kind of peril, how professional agents actually recommend to their customer what kind of peril should include. Okay, next we're talking about how we evaluate a risk, how to rate. We look at the building construction, we look at the occupation. How to determine the occupation, it depends on the process flow, what is the material you use, and what is your finished product. Okay, a lot of things need to read. You need to understand your customer well. Next, now we are talking about the subject matter. What to be insured. So what is property? You are covering the fire insurance is to cover the property, right? So the subject matter will commonly the 4 main type. The first one is building. Building means the building structure, the frame, the structure. Then inside the building you have fixtures and fitting, whatever fit to the building one. Okay. Then surrounding property like gate, get house, some of the building, some of the roof they have depot, sampah, all this. This is part of the sum insured. So when you taking into consideration how to calculate the sum insured, you need to know how much is the building structures cost, what is the fixture and fitting cost, then the surrounding property, what is the building cost. Go next. What is property? Property also include the content. Okay, Content, if a factory risk, a manufacturing risk, you will have plant and machinery and office equipment. We are talking about manufacturing risk, content. If like next we look at here. Content also include household content if this is a private dwelling. Okay. So next we have stock. If a business, they will normally have stock, whether it is purely finished good, if retail trading lah, general merchandise lah, they purely finished good lor. If for factory, they will have raw material and they will have work in progress. So work in progress also need to be covered. So when calculate stock sum insured, please consider all these three major stock. Still, and then I say got that commonly there's four items besides building, content, and stock. The fourth thing is other property like office equipment, computer, forklift. This is commonly people also insuring. Okay. So reinstatement value clause. So what is reinstatement value clause? This is a very important clause that you need to understand. When you are insuring for building and plant machinery and equipment, the sum insured should represent the actual cost of reinstate the building or replace back the machine. So when reinstatement clause, value clause come in, means that you must also cover the actual cost of put back the same machine, same thing at the same place. How much is it? At the same site to a condition as new, but not more superior or more extensive without any consideration towards depreciation. This is called reinstatement value clause. The actual cost of reinstating. The actual cost of reinstating here, we would like to specially highlight. Actual cost of reinstate this building or this machine. MCO and now is a bit different. Now the things are the cost all before MCO, people were insured based on what they purchase, their purchase value. They buy this machine at 100,000, they were insured 100,000 and assume that when anything happened, they will buy back the machine at same price 100,000. But after MCO, seems like everything also expensive. Okay, so how much shall we insure? We actually need to insure the actual cost of reinstating. So we actually need to insure according to current value. If I want to buy back the same model, current cost is how much? Let's say now, last time I buy this machine at 100,000. Now I want to buy the same machine 120,000. The insured actually should insure at 120,000, not the purchase value, old time purchase value. Then it won't sufficient for you to buy a new machine anymore, because now it's 120,000. So, and then this reinstatement value clause also have mentioned as new but not more superior or more expensive. This is a machine that doing packaging. Or this new machine replace one, doing packaging with tape one, can tape together, not only inside the box, insert the stock, but can tape automatically, tape and seal and go. So this is more expensive, more features already, then you will deduct some of the betterment. So reinstatement value clause apply when the machine is insured, you must insure at actual cost of reinstating as like new. You will pay you as new. Okay, understand? Clear? Then no worry about this, because later a very important section, that sharing by adjuster they will have they will also give you some example how this reinstatement value clause works. Okay, next. Yeah, that's the next one. Okay. Good and adverse physical features. So we will look at the risk also will depend on the housekeeping. How the level of housekeeping has an impact in the underwriting process. The risk should actually keep tidy at all times. Okay? Greatly depends on the SOP, whether you have the work permit or not, court work permit especially, and smoking control. Any smoking control or not, any special or designated place for smoking. All the age of the building, whether the building, old building, any rewiring work before, or whether you have a wireman regularly come and check your wiring, do maintenance on the electrical wiring. So this is some of the good and adverse physical features and very important, especially for the referred risk. Later we will share with you what kind of risk is good risk, what kind of risk that we fall under referred category. Okay, exposure. Natural peril exposure. So we will also look at the exposure of the risk. We not only look at housekeeping for risk itself, we will look at the exposure, whether this is the flood prone area or not, whether this area is a lightning thunderstorm area, easily get lightning, very special. I also don't know why this natural thing. This area specifically are always gonna lightning. We don't know. Okay, maybe high rise, high level of earth. Okay, then whether this is uh near to the hillside or not. So all this exposure, what is your neighborhood exposure? So all this will be part of the underwriting consideration. Okay, maybe if this location is near to the flood prone area, then deductible may apply, loading may apply, or sub-limit may apply to the policy. Okay, be prepared huh? So what other factor? So we also would like to know when we underwrite a risk, we would like to know what is the past claim experience, what is the loss history. So professional agent, please check with your customer, especially your new clients, any past claim history. If your regular client, your old client, you know, you ask like you know lah. For the new client, please check what is their past claim history. So what past claim history you need to check? So you need to check when, what happened. So how much is the loss? So these key items that you need to get to know. And then from here, you will know what is the frequency, how frequent. Every year also got lightning. Then you need to report to the company. Oh, every claim only 2,000 only. Then it's not very severe. Or every claim also claim 100,000 one. Then it's more serious. You really need to look into it. Okay, so please check the past claim history of your new client and advisor before we can proceed to underwrite. Next, insured financial status and stability also very important. You know lah, nowadays, economy not very good. The time tend to a lot of claims. So that's why you need to know insured financial status. Okay, insured financial status, how do we get? So either you are a good friend of them, their business have been 10 years, 20 years already, financially strong one. So you let us know lah, because we won't know your client Or if you also don't know the client, it's good if you can get their audited financial statement or their management account for past year, 1 or 2 years so that you can understand the financial status of the insured. Okay. Oh, I don't know how to read the audited financial statement. Oh, no worry. We have the expert here to read for you. Okay? You just pass to our marketing, then we will know how to underwrite. Next, policy wording. Policy wording or standard or manuscript. Yeah. Fire is a tariff. Definitely you have a standard manuscript. Next, supplies of goods. If the insured cover con loss, this is part of the factor whether their supplies will be affected or not, will also affect their con loss policy. Type of industry. So whether they are sunrise industry or sunset industry. Okay? You need to understand what kind of industry they are in. Then it will affect our underwriting as well. Then what is your sum insured? Basic of the sum insured, whether the sum insured will be on indemnity basis. Okay. So we guided by PM. So sum insured, we just now talking about sum insured. Yeah, let me share you another screen. So, how to insure? How do I know? My customer asked me, how much to insure? How do I know? Last time, some people tell me lah, you see how many square feet. Nowadays, 100 ringgit square feet. You 3,000 square feet and 100,000, then you cover 3 million, no? But honestly, just past few days, I got agent ask me. I also not there to commit how much to cover for that. How much sum insured we should advise our client, because nowadays everything inflation. We actually don't know how much the sum insured. We also don't know how to advise. Later I advise you insure 3 million, it can come to claim 5 million and how. So actually we recommend we recommend that agent actually can use this guideline PIAM, there is one building cost calculator. Yeah, let me share with you how this building cost calculator, what is the website. If you want this website, this link, you can always type building cost calculator at the Google search engine. You will come up this. Okay, you can click here. Stop sharing for a while. I share with you. Just wait me for a while. Let me show you the huh? Okay, everyone can see me this screen or not? Can see this screen? Can see, this is PIAM website, piam.org, building cost calculator. You just at the search engine there, type building cost calculator, you will link you to this site. So from this here, this building calculator is only a guide to assist you to estimate the sum insured. But how much to insure is you still need to let your customer to decide instead of you just tell them. So before you using this calculator, you please take note that any renovation has been made to your property, you also need to indicate it yourself, because this calculator not able to calculate for you the renovation, because every house or every building have their own calculations or their own renovations, their own design, own feature. Okay. Let you see. This is how the building cost calculator works. See here, it will ask you where is the location. Okay, let's say Penang area, whether this is a detached house or this is an apartment or this is a shop house. You can actually click here. Let's see, this is a shop office. Okay, how long is the building already? 15 years old. Just very easy one, this calculator. This is a shop or an office or shop only. So you can choose whether got car park or not. It's a basement car park or podium car park or no car park. Okay. Quality of this property, standard law. Then surrounding how it look like, normal or confined site or city center. Let's say this shop is at the city center. Okay. So number of story is a single story or double story. Let's say it's double story. What is the build up? Oh, 3,000 square feet. Assume that. Whether have any built-in furniture or not? No built-in. This is let's assume that this is a retail shop lah, huh? Any lift? No lift. Any aircon? Oh yes, there is an aircon. So it's a centralized ducting system or individual split unit. Oh no, mine one is split unit. I have 3 units. So you just type in. So your renovation cost, this is the free tax one. Whether have any renovation. Let's say my renovation is 100,000. Free tax, you just type in. Then you can start your estimation. You just click, calculate. Then this is the construction cost, demolition and removal cost, professional consultant cost. So in total, they estimate this 3,000 square feet building in Bukit Mentajam 14000 double story one will cost about 653,000. Okay. Then if you want, you can save and print. This is not included built-in furniture. So see, this building calculator will help you estimate, include the demolition cost and also the professional consultancy cost. Okay. Hope this will help you in assist your customer to estimate. But how much to insure is still up to your customer. I say, your customer will tell you, what lah, I buy this shop only 300,000. Now you ask me to insure 600,000 still. So still leave it to your client. Okay, we come back to the slide just now. Okay, here. Stop for one. So just now we glanced through the building cost calculator. How do it work already? So e-insurance, this one we don't talk about e-insurance because e-insurance, if you have any new case, we still suggest you submit to us. Let us to help you go through before you do it in e-insurance. Next, regarding the claim procedure. Claim procedure, actually you can later we will share with you, or actually in our website you can click here. There is a claim button here in our website www.lonpac.com. Here is a claim button. Then you can go in. Then you choose the product, the claim related product. Let's say a property fire. Then you pick fire here. Then it will give you the claim procedure. So firstly, you need to notify agent. You need to advise your customer. Anything, call you first. If can't get you, call Lonpac. So our customer service line. Make a policy report within 24 hours. Then prepare the necessary documents. You must inform us first, inform us so that we will assign the adjuster accordingly to assist in the case. So next, we come to the rating category. So how do we rate? Actually, just now we're talking about the building construction, we're talking about occupation, we're talking about the sum insured, what subject matter we need to normally indicate the building, the content, the renovations, the stock, and others items. Then we're talking about the sum insured, how to determine the sum insured, whether it's on a reinstatement value clause or not, then whether it is on the market value clause, or how much to determine the building sum insured. Now we come to the rating category. So the rating category, we have 3 types of rating. Tariff rate. Tariff rate means follow the Bible, the rate, which is for the risk sum insured less than 10 million. For the risk less than 10 million, we will rate it under tariff rate. If the sum insured The risk sum insured including the total sum insured, building, contents, stock, and others items. We will, if the total sum insured is 10 to 15 million, we will rate it under self-rating category. If more than 50 million, then we will rate it under special rating. So both self-rating and special rating. Oh, sorry. Thanks, Tim, for highlighting. Now the special rating already up to 100 million. So up to 100 million. Oh, Stephanie highlighted. Thanks, Stephanie. Self-rating is now changed to 100 million. And special rating is 100 million and above. Okay? Special rating. Okay. So we have more free hand, we can self-rate. But the self-rate is not agent self-rate. It's insurance company self-rate. Okay. We have some guideline on that. Next. So because of the tariff, so we have the tariff, we have certain layer of the tariff. Just now the tariff level have more free hand for us to rate the risk up to 100 million. This is the tariff phase. No need to know. I'll skip. So Lonpac have fire tariff product. We call it as fire secure. This fire secure, when the tariff environment, we have more free hand, so we can design our own fire product. So this product features, we have a combination of standard fire policy wording and premium rating with automatic extension to cover sabotage and terrorism. Okay. The risk-based premium, we apply risk-based premium by applying the tariff adjustment factor. So we will have some adjustment in between. So the premium depend on the many factors, depend on what kind of risk, what kind of occupation, what kind of construction, what kind of fire protection they have. Fire protection they have, what kind of what area, a lot of factors, what is the surrounding area also depend. So it will be risk-based premium. Okay. Next, limit of the liability. This fire policy, fire secure policy have 3 extensions, which many other insurance companies don't have. We have Lonpac have, which is extend to cover sabotage and terrorism activity. So you will limit to 10% of total sum insured. Let's say if the total sum insured is 1 million, so we will cover 1 million, 10% means 100,000. The sum insured fire, secure, and fire con loss combined, or maximum 1 million, whichever lower. If I insured at 10 million, then I will have 1 million cover of sabotage and terrorism. If I cover 200 million, do I have 2 million cover? No, maximum is still 1 million in any occurrence and in everything. Okay. So risk appetite. As a professional agent, so professional agent will look at green zone. Why we say green zone? Because green zone risks are very attractive. We are actively target them. So green zone means you can actively go and look for this kind of client, easily to underwrite, then more simple. Okay, you can earn your income faster. Okay, what is the green zone activity? Green zone occupation. First, residential property loan. We all like residential property. Then retail trading, hotel, office, or other simple occupation, sugar factory, cocoa, coffee and tea factory, food processing industry, general storage, also one of the green zone activity. But for general storage, please understand what they store inside. Next, what others green zone? Beverage factory, non-metallic mineral like cement factory, pottery work, utility, cinema, studio, exhibition hall, motor trade related, still green zone, this kind of occupation, restaurant, metalwork engineering. So next, orange zone. Orange zone risks are normally more hazard, but still can consider. So like just now I mentioned in our earlier training, we mentioned about if we looking at the risk, we look at whether what is the past claim history, we look at the housekeeping, we look at the whole process flow, we look at the surrounding, okay. So the risk is we also look at the financial standing, all this. So this orange zone of occupation, more hazard, the risk itself is more hazard, but maybe they have a good fire protection, which is we look at the risk of housekeeping quite good, then we can help to recommend what is the orange zone occupation. Adhesive manufacturing, those do blue one, amusements, snooker center, biomass plant, candle and wax manufacturing, tobacco manufacture, crop insurance, flammable explosive chemical plant, oil tank installation, some hazardous good storage. Just now we say warehouse or store, we can consider. But inside, if store gas, store something more easily to explode one, then it will fall under orange zone. So orange zone, then you need to go to survey and see whether the risk acceptable or not. Then distilleries, then firework, jobs, good manufacturing, motor repair workshop with class 3 construction. This is more higher risk. Then nightclub, bar, pub, dance or musical hall, and paint manufacturing. So this is fall under orange zone. Paper product manufacturing, class 2 and class 3 occupation. Oh, we also very depend on what is the process flow. Even is a paper product manufacturing. Certain paper product manufacturing is not our risk appetite. We can go through it later. Plastic raw material manufacturing, plastic product manufacturing involve process of plastic resin, rice mill, foam product, foam rubber goods manufacturing, ship builder or ship repairer yard, silent industrialist, class 2 and class 3 one. Silent industrialist means those business closed down already. Okay? Then timber drying kiln, tobacco canning barn, then cyber cafe, rubber smokehouse, palm oil mill, sawmill, all this is orange zone risk. We need to have some simple survey. We need to survey the risk. We need to look at a lot of aspects. You can actually appointment with us or contact your marketing so that we can conduct a survey. Then we will know whether acceptable or not. We need to get approval for this kind of risk. Then red zone risk. Red zone risks are strictly subject to management approval. We need to get higher management approval for your information, like explosive manufacturers and storage, clean drag, petrochemical plant, recycling plant, whether you're plastic or paper or metal recycling plant, waste plastic, paper dealer and processor, coal mine, quarry, woodworking risk, including furniture risk, storage and showroom, and all IAR without seepage, pollution and contamination exclusion clause. Okay, so all this we need management approval. So we will need survey, and we even may need surveyor to come to survey for this red zone risk. So far so good. Everyone good? If good, give me a good sign. Next. Claim procedure. This claim procedure I will not highlight here. We'll let a simple one. I think better go through also. Later, adjuster will actually will go through with you some claim procedure, but be more on what is the claim document needs. So fire claims, and if there is a fire claims, then insured need to do police report, then inform the agent. The agent will quickly inform your marketing or write an email to us, okay, notify us there is a claim happen. Then there is some form to sign. You will forward to you, and then you send to the insured. Then you will appoint the adjuster immediately. If the risk quite severe, the estimate loss is quite high, then you will assign adjuster to go and look into it. Then the insured or the agent assist the insured to submit the document request. Then only adjuster will process, or we will process the thing, and final report approved, then only offer letter will come. Okay. So okay. Go back to now Q&A question. Any questions that you would like to ask regarding fire insurance? Anything you would like to ask? Let me look at the chat box. Any questions that you would like to ask regarding fire insurance? Today we have talking about the basic product fire insurance. We're talking the risk, how we look at the risk, the occupation. We look at the construction. We look at the what is the fire protection you have. Then to enjoy some discount. And then what is the surrounding risk and the housekeeping, all these factors. Then we're talking about fire deterrent, fire rating, but maybe you still don't know how to code. It's okay, no problem. You have some basic understanding will do. Anything can actually come to us, your marketing branch, anyone, by email, by call, by WhatsApp, also can, no problem. Or anything you want to ask me now. So we will open the session for questions. If you have any question, you suddenly think of your customer ask you certain question that you cannot answer, or you have some target customer in mind, you don't know how to go to approach your customer, you can feel free to ask me now. Please take the chance to ask me now. Type or open your mic. Open mic faster lah, so that everyone can hear you. Then this is a sharing section. 5 minutes. Think of it. What you would like to ask, any questions or any claims that suddenly pop in. Oh, no, claim you ask adjuster later. If no, then you will ask Yan Liu come in, text Yan Liu. Yan Liu will have some words with you regarding our today meeting. Any questions? Any questions? Come. If no questions, mean everyone understand. When understand, means I can pick and choose someone to answer my question. If you no question, then I have questions. Any question before I ask? Now I can see the participants. Mr. Chin, any question? Oh, Janice. Who else? Who else here? Anyone want to ask questions? Come. No, then I'll pick and choose. TMS. Miss Tan. Hi, Miss Tan. Any questions? Soon. ACL. Any questions? Can I ask questions? I think because of you no buy Starbucks voucher. That's why no question. No question. I think it's because today better. Because I forgot to introduce myself. Because we conduct second look training. Oh, I saw a question from a chat box. Let's see who asked. Hmm? Any question? Any question? Zing, any question regarding today's training? There are no questions, then we wait for a while. I will find question for you. Okay, no questions means you're clear, very clear. So when very clear means you can sell. So can I see everyone submit one fire case? One will do. In this month, one will do. One non-refer, green zone one. What is the green zone risk that we should target? Very easy, ma. Everyone have friend, everyone have house or not? Sell house insurance, very easy. Fire insurance for house. Okay, just one will do. Everyone sell one fire insurance for me. Take the attendance, who knows sell one, I ask them to buy for their own house. Okay.
Hello, Renee.
Yen Liu.
Hi.
Renee is here. Okay.
Yeah, let me
The
say a
floor
few
is
words and
waiting
say
for
hi
you
to
to
all my
have
valued
a few
agents.
words.
Can?
Mm.
Okay, over to me. All right. Hi,
Yeah,
good morning, everyone. Still morning. This is Yen Liu speaking. So sorry, I had something pop up just now, so I just have the time to join you all. I hope you have learned a lot and everyone attended the today's training conducted by my colleague Renee. Those who have attended our fire training before, I believe this is a good refresh course. And for those who are new, I trust you are now more confident and shall be able to start selling my fire insurance and widen your portfolio. Not only always sell motor, right? Must start selling fire and other classes of insurance already. Okay. As all of you aware, Lonpac has been continuously ranked #1 in writing fire insurance in the past years. In other words, we are the top fire writer in Malaysia. I don't know whether you're aware or not. Okay, if you're not aware now, I'm announcing and just share with you this information. I would say we wouldn't be there without your support and persistently in pushing our products, our fire products especially. Okay, thank you. And in return, we are committed and we shall always ensure to provide you with our best technical support to assist you in writing fire insurance. So let's grow fire insurance. Okay, I think you all also know that fire insurance has proven to be one of the most profitable insurance among all, and it is definitely worth your time to learn and push for this product. However, I believe Renee has also shared with you, okay? Please be very vigilant when you approach to quote some high hazard fire risk, like those working recycling risk. Be more careful, okay? I think they trust, I trust Renee already listed down what are the referred and declined risks you should be aware of, and always come to us, refer to your servicing officer prior to committing to your clients for those risks. Each risk, I would say, is unique and different from the aspect of their production flows, their housekeeping, how the insureds, their attitudes towards the risk protection, risk measurements, and risk improvement measures, and so on. So we will help you to look into the possibility of writing those risks. And sometimes we even advise you, hey, maybe you should consider staying away, okay? For those risks which really regarded as quite bad in their housekeeping or their production flows, the process, and it's quite high risk in fire hazard and not really worth considering until maybe a proper risk improvement is recommended to them. why risk losing your profit sometimes, isn't it? Okay, also, so be careful and be more vigilant, huh? Trust us lah. We shall always be there for you, and we wish to grow with you, grow your income as well. Not only based on commission, but also a lot come from your profit com, isn't it? Okay, so work towards that. Please sell more our favorable risks and be more careful and vigilant when it comes to writing high risk hazard. We are not saying that totally we cannot consider, but let's discuss with us. This is my advice to you. Okay. Anything I miss out? Okay, I do not wish to waste a lot of your time, and I'm sure everyone is looking forward to brunch. I don't know whether you've taken your breakfast or not. Okay, so please be reminded that we have another session coming up in the afternoon. It's also on fire insurance, but we will focus on claim side. That's the saying, claims give us a chance, right, to prove our service, and that's the time when we prove we build our reputation. We are in this industry, insurance industry, so we cannot avoid claims. Provide good claim service is also crucial, okay, to build our reputation and secure more clients. Okay, please come back this afternoon. I don't know what time, Renee. 2 o'clock, is it? Renee?
2:30.
2:30, sorry. Okay,
Later,
so
I need to go
2:30.
Sembayang.
Yeah, okay, you all go Sembayang, makan-makan. Okay, then please stay tuned, come back again to continue, okay, be briefed or, okay, learn about fire claims, which I think, without a claims, without only learning the product, without learning the claims aspects, may not be very complete in the training. So this time you arrange both in a day for you to complete the whole training on fire insurance. So I think I shall see you again this afternoon. Anything else that Renee side or Ning Xin side you all want to add before we end this session?
Maybe Xin want to add anything?
Agents, remember to come back. If let's say you don't come back, I will text you or call you.
And you take attendance.
Yeah, 2:30
Okay.
is more important that we look from the claim aspect so that you can learn faster. So we will get the adjuster to explain how a claim works, and then if let's say you don't experience a claim on fire insurance, maybe it's a good class for you to attend. We'll see you.
Okay, let's come back again at 2:30. Thank you for your time, ladies and gentlemen. See you at 2:30. Bye.
Have a good lunch.
Gentlemen, hi. I hope all of you had taken your lunch. Okay, to those who have attended our training this morning, welcome back. Those who have just joined in, if you missed this morning session, right, you can refer to your SO, your servicing officer, for a short briefing of the product later on. Okay. This morning, we have walked you through the fire insurance product. What are the coverages, exclusions, as well as the technical rating part of fire insurance. So in the afternoon session, we shall continue to brief you on fire claims handling procedures, what are the documentation, sharing of the actual claims scenario sharing. I hope we will make this training a more interesting one when it comes to claims. And today we have the pleasure to invite Mr. Alvin Low from McLaren's adjusting firm to conduct the training on fire claims. I believe with his qualifications in the related fields, and also many years, how many years, Alvin, you tell them later, the years of experience in this industry, he will be able to share lots of interesting claim story, scenario, and give us more constructive advice in how to handle fire claim based on various scenario, detect fraud, and so on. I strongly believe that all of us here shall benefit from his presentation later. I don't want to waste a lot of your time, so I think I should, okay, welcome Alvin, and I'll pass the mic to Alvin. Alvin, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Yan Liu. Hi, hi everyone. I'm Alvin. I'm from McLaren's Malaysia, Sdn Bhd, international loss adjusting firm with the office based in US. So thank you, Lonpac, for inviting us to have a brief walkthrough or sharing with regard to claims handling procedure involving fire insurance policy. Now, if you have any question, please do not hesitate to raise it for discussion or any doubt which you need enlightenment, yeah, please do not hesitate to let me know. Okay, so we hope that this can be a two-way dialogue communication, right? Okay. I will just start sharing my slides now. Hang on. Yeah. Can you see? Hello.
Yes, we can see.
Yes.
Mm.
All right. Okay. So we shall start now. So this afternoon, thank you everyone for your participation in this CPD, Continuous Professional Development Training on non-motor claims procedure, in particular on fire insurance matters, right? So the agenda for today is on claims procedure, documents required, and some issues involving those claims and some case studies. Right, those now let's start. Now we talk about fire insurance policy. Now, so basically the operative clause of a basic fire insurance policy is basically on fire as well as lightning. All right, basic coverage is on fire and lightning, as you can see from the slide, right? So as far as fire is concerned, there has to be the existence of three elements, which is oxygen, heat, and fuel. All right, so let's look at these two pictures being shared here. Left, there's a motor, and right there's a component brought out from a switchboard. So you can see on the left, the motor, obviously, we have come across a lot of insured or clients who say that the motor has been burned, damaged, burned. But
Sorry, Alvin. I think the slide is not moving, is it?
not moving.
You're still at the first slide in the screen.
Already? Not moving.
The slide is not moving. You need to can see it.
It's moving.
Okay, can see it now.
And okay, all right. You can see the full slide, or there's it's not a full slide. It's a slideshow.
A slideshow.
Okay. So is it okay? Can So all right. Okay, from this slide, we are talking about the operative clause of a fire insurance policy. Okay, as it is, fire insurance policy covers two very basic perils, which is fire and lightning. Okay, so as what you can see on the slide. All right, so fire usually is like fire like what we all know, which burn or whatever properties, and lightning usually will affect electronics or electrical items. Okay, switchboards and so on. All right. Can you see the next slide?
No, Alvin,
No,
it's not
still the
moving.
same slide.
It's not moving. Something wrong. How about this?
Okay, can
Actually?
see it.
Oh, okay. I think I have to change the mode. So you can see, okay. So from this slide, you can see that in order for a fire to occur, you need three elements, which is oxygen, heat, and fuel. All right. So what do I mean by oxygen, heat, and fuel in order to create a fire? Okay. Fire has to be an evidence of fire, whereby if you looking at these two photographs in the slides, on the left, you can see that there is a motor. So a lot of people, we always say that the motor has been burnt, all right, burnt or damaged or spoiled, but there is no physical fire. Okay, so as long there's no physical fire to the property, it is not considered a fire. A fire to to exist in a physical form of flame, whereby there has to be an oxygen, there has to be heat, and there has to be fuel. Means fuel items which the flame or the fire to consume or to burn. Okay, you look at the picture on the right. Okay, picture on the right, you can see that it is very severely sooted, blackened, and burnt. So that could have been a element of fire which occurred. Okay. Can see the slide moving?
Yes, can.
Yes. Okay. All right. Then we go on to what other perils which can be endorsed or attached onto the fire policy to increase the coverage of a fire policy. So the standard tariff fire policy, which is a named perils policy, can also be extended to cover other special perils, such as aircraft damage, storm tempest, earthquake and volcanic eruption, flood, explosion, impact damage, bursting or overflowing of water tanks, apparatus or pipes, bush lalang, subsidence and landslip, spontaneous combustion, riot strike, malicious damage, damage by falling trees or branches and objects. Okay, so these are basically the main common clauses or endorsement which provide additional coverage under the fire policy. Okay, these are very common and we can see almost every day. Okay, and it is also quite useful in any particular interest day-to-day operation. Okay, let me walk you through briefly on each and every process and endorsement. Aircraft damage. Okay, aircraft damage basically covers any loss or damage caused by a fallen object from the aircraft or even the aircraft itself. So any aircraft which has items drop down onto the insured property and cause a damage is covered. All right. This aircraft damage endorsement includes flying object, including drones. Okay, drones are also considered part of the flying object as defined under aircraft damage endorsement. Right. Next, we have storm tempest endorsement, which covers the peril of windstorm, typhoon, okay, a hurricane. So any loss or damage caused by windstorm, typhoon, hurricane is covered by virtue of this endorsement attached to the fire policy. Right. Earthquake and volcanic eruption endorsement, which covers loss or damage caused by earthquake or any volcanic eruption. Right. Flood, which is very common. Any policy which is endorsed with the flood endorsement shall covers loss or damage caused by flood due to flood. Right. Explosion, endorsement covers loss or damage caused by explosion. All right. Impact damage, also a very common endorsement to cover the perils of damage caused by vehicle or animals. All right. Bursting or overflowing of water tanks, apparatus, or pipes. Now, this endorsement is used to cover any properties damaged as a result of a bursting or damage by water pipe. Okay, or similarly, water overflow from an apparatus like rain gutter can also be considered by virtue of this endorsement. Okay, but bear in mind, this endorsement only covers resultant damage and not to cover the pipe or the apparatus itself. Meaning, if the pipe bursts, the insured will wish to claim for the pipe, or if there's a crack or if there's a damage or breakage to the pipe or the container or apparatus, the resultant damage means water discharged out from this pipe, water discharged out from the apparatus, from the container, and cause damage. Now the resultant damage is only covered, but not the pipe or the apparatus or the container itself. Okay, please bear in mind, this endorsement is to provide coverage as a result of the burst pipe and not for the burst pipe itself. Okay. Bush lalang endorsement is to cover any loss caused by fire originated or sourced from bush lalang. Meaning, if let's say example, the fire originated from the neighbor, and the neighbor has not been tenanted, okay, is vacant, and nobody carry out any upkeep to the property there, and as a result, bush lalang overgrown in the compound. So during dry season, the bush lalang caught fire and the fire spread. You need a bush lalang endorsement to cover such peril. All right. Subsidence and landslip endorsement covers any loss or damage caused by subsidence and landslip, meaning any landslide or if the a sinkhole. So this subsidence and landslip endorsement is used to cover that. Okay. Like the recent sinkhole which many of us are aware in KL. Yeah, if any properties damaged by such sinkhole can be considered under subsidence and landslip. Okay. Spontaneous combustion, any properties caused by fire, all right, due to spontaneous combustion is covered by virtue of this endorsement. Riot, strike, malicious damage caused by public, not only confined to public, but any riot, strike, or malicious damage by insured staff or public or any party is also covered by virtue of this endorsement. And finally, damage by fallen trees or branches is also covered. Okay. Next, we go on to normal claims flow. Rennie, can you see the slide moving?
Now move.
Now only move. Oh, okay. So in the event of a claims notification, which can be either by email or mail or walk-in. So insurance company would usually request for a brief info or information with regard to the claim. So from there on, insurance company will decide whether an adjuster is required. If yes, then they will appoint an adjuster. So adjuster will proceed to investigate the loss, and the matter will be intimated for gathering documents and information before the claim is further processed for approval and finally settlement. Now, if adjuster is not required at that moment, then insurance company will put up a reserve, and in the event that there is a need for the involvement adjuster from the reserving part, we will move on to an adjuster being appointed. Okay, so this is the normal claims throw process. Now, claims procedure. So what happened when there is a claim? What is the procedures will usually be followed, or what are the procedure that's going to happen when there's a claim? Now, number one, a client or insured notify a potential insurance claim. Okay, so when the client or insured notify a potential claim, insurance company will request for the basic information such as what happened, time and date of the incident, situation of loss, person in charge and contact details, and of course, if possible, kindly request the client or insured to take photographs of the damage or loss. All right. Similarly, apart from the client or insured, the agent on the behalf of the insured or client can also notify Lonpac or insurers of the potential claim with the basic information as required, as I mentioned just now, or as outlined in the slide. Okay. Then the insurance company will decide whether adjuster is required. If an adjuster is required, then an appointment will be made. Okay. So once an adjuster has been appointed, adjuster is expected to contact the client or insured or even agent for site survey arrangement. Okay, meaning when is a suitable time to attend at the site. All right, whether the relevant insured personnel is available to attend to the adjuster. Okay, so then when adjuster attends site for survey, they will carry out investigation and also request for the relevant information, okay, from the insured. So at times, all right, it's not common and neither is not uncommon that re-inspection may be necessary to establish causation or quantum, right? Meaning, in order to get certain information or to confirm certain aspect, in particular on the causation aspect, means the cause of the damage or loss, or even in order to establish or to determine or calculate quantum, adjuster may be required to attend at the site again, maybe a few times, just for the purpose. All right. So there at times, not necessary that only one attendance may suffice. If the attendance may number a few times. All right, depending on the necessity. Okay. All right. Adjuster thereafter, adjuster issue letter or correspondence, all right, to the client or insured to request for claim information or documents. Okay, so after a site survey, after a site inspection, initial survey inspection, the adjuster, when it comes back, they will prepare a letter, and in the letter, they'll list out whatever information or documents which is required in order to support the claim or in order to prepare a complete report with regard or in relation to the loss to be submitted to the insurance company for consideration of the claim. Okay, so So when usually within a few days after the adjuster return from site, the adjuster will prepare a letter. Okay, so this letter will be sent out to the insured or client, and sometimes when there's an agent involved, maybe through an agent or copy to the agent, so that the agent can follow up or assist the client to follow up on the submission of the required information or documents. Okay, the purpose of this is that to speed up the submission of documents or information to the adjuster, so that the adjuster can prepare a proper report with the relevant information for the insurance company's decision. Okay, and in accordance to the terms and conditions under the policy. Okay, right. So next, after adjuster issue letter or correspondence to the insured or the client. So sometimes depending on certain clients, some will be quite fast, some will take a bit of time, and also the nature of loss. If the loss is straightforward, then at times it will be fast. Otherwise, again, some time will be taken. And finally, client or insured prepares the required claim information and documents to be submitted. Now, this information or documents can be submitted through the agent, or if the client or insured wish to, they can submit it directly to the handling adjuster. Okay. Now, what happens once the documents or information have been submitted? Now, the adjuster will review. Okay, adjuster will review the claim information or documents to see and to check whether they are in order or not. Okay. Many a times, adjuster may question the insured if that they feel that they don't understand. They feel that they don't understand what is mentioned or stated in the documents. They don't see a flow. All right. They don't see a consistency, meaning maybe what they've seen at site and what has been submitted is not consistent, or they don't see certain aspects in the documents, or the document tells them more information which has not been told before. Okay, or there could be a lot of other things which adjuster may ask upon receiving the information. So once this happens, the adjuster may contact the insured or the agent to make the necessary inquiries for clarification. Okay, once all the clarification has been done, completed, then everything is in order. Then the adjuster will prepare the necessary reporting for submission to Lonpac or to the insurance company concerned. Okay, and insurance company will then take it up, makes consideration of the claim, make a decision for settlement. All right, so basically, that is a brief walkthrough of a simple, normal, straightforward claims procedure. All right. Any questions so far from the floor? All right. If none, we will proceed.
Everybody feel free to ask questions in any languages you prefer. Okay. Alvin can speak Mandarin or not? Hokkien can.
I'll try my
Hokkien,
best. I'll try my
okay,
best.
Hokkien, Mandarin, all kind of languages. And as long as you have questions, just raise it. Thank you.
So, okay. Next, I'll proceed to the next slide. Now, this slide is talking about those typical claim documents required. Okay. In particular, fire under fire policy. So fire policy, the first and foremost documents is required in all claims involving fire policy is the claim form. All right, claim form is very important. All claims has to be accompanied by a claim form in order for insurance company to make a decision or settlement. Without claim form, the claim cannot be concluded. All right, it has to be a claim form. Number two, police report when in the circumstances or in the event where necessary. Okay, so of course, if let's say we are talking about a huge fire, yes, you may need a police report. But maybe impact damage, yes, you may need a police report, especially involving a third-party vehicle. All right. So police report is important is because to confirm the authenticity of a loss or damage, especially if the loss or damage is very, very huge in nature. Okay. And also for recovery or subrogation purposes. For example, like an impact damage by a third-party vehicle. So a police report will confirm the involvement of the third party, okay? So that subsequent recovery or subrogation against the owner or the operator of the vehicle of the third party can be commenced with the police report, okay? Now, fire brigade report, okay, fire brigade report, including LPK1 report. Now, many of us, I believe, knows that fire brigade report, or in very common language, we call it bomba report. Okay, fire brigade report is actually, yeah, bomba report. All right. Now, I don't know whether everyone knows what is this LPK1 report. Now, LPK1 stands for Laporan Punca Kebakaran, or they call it LPK1. One means document one. The bomba or the fire brigade authority, they term or they name this document as Laporan Punca Kebakaran 1 or LPK1 report. So this report will tell or will state the cause, the cause, CAUSE, cause of the fire. Okay. This information, which is the cause of fire, will not written in the fire brigade report. Bomba report will never write what is the punca or the cause of the fire. Instead, this information is written in the LPK1 report. Now, LPK1 report is a separate document from the fire brigade report. Okay, so whenever there's a fire claim, when we request, means adjuster or including the insurance company, they need they need, in addition from the bomba report or fire brigade report, they also need this LPK1 report to confirm what is the cause of fire. All right. So these two documents are totally different from each other. Unlike like previous times, say at least 8 to 10 years ago, yes, fire brigade report or bomba report do incorporate the causation, the punca kebakaran in the fire brigade report, but thereafter, many years already, the authority, they have changed and they wish to separate out these two, the information into two reports. Okay. So basically, whenever there's a fire claim, apart from the fire brigade report, the LPK1 report is also required, right? Technical report. Now, technical report is only required in the event of a loss or damage which involve machines, or electrical items, computers, laptop, or even a controller or switchboard, things like that. This report is required when the loss or damage cannot be seen or visible through our eyes. Okay. Example, very common, why technical report is required in the event of claims involving lightning damage. Now, many a times we have this lightning damage losses. Always, okay, always. It's not your unusual, of course, but usually lightning damage will not leave any evidence of damage by lightning. The item may just malfunction. Okay, in particular, the PCB board, the printer circuit board, the electronic item, the component is just not functioning. All right. So, but you cannot see anything. You cannot I mean, usually you can't see anything. You don't see you don't see it burn. You don't see it no damage or broken or whatsoever. You can't see it. So, in order for us to confirm, okay, to confirm that it is indeed damaged by lightning, indeed damaged by lightning, we need the vendor, the supplier, to carry out a test, all right, voltage test, to confirm that the item has been damaged, and they will prepare a report. And this report is usually, they call it either technical report or service report, to confirm that the item has been damaged by lightning or by whatsoever property. Okay, so this document is required in the event that the damage cannot be seen, cannot be confirmed, cannot be established that is being caused by a certain peril. Right? But of course, there are some instances where lightning damage would leave a burn mark on the property, on the printer circuit board. Certain not uncommon, but which happened before, but very rare, where lightning also cause a fire or cause a impact or even a crack or even even manage to chip certain part of the building. Yes, if that is the case, then not necessary, but technical report is necessary, is required for properties or for items which has been damaged without leaving anything to be seen. So this report is to confirm that the item or the property has been damaged. Okay, understand? Huh? We also require photograph of damaged items, especially or in particular when this item has been taken away, no longer can be seen at site. Okay, so maybe due to certain circumstances, certain event that maybe the vendor bring it back for testing, or the vendor no, you need to discard, the customer need to discard it away for whatever apparent reason. So photograph of the damaged item is very important to confirm a loss. Okay. Also required are the sales and purchase invoices. Okay. Sales and purchase invoices of the affected properties. All right. Meaning originally when they were purchased before the loss. Okay, to confirm the existence and ownership by the customer of the insured. Okay, we also require the replacement or repair quotation, meaning so after a loss, okay, after a loss, so the insured or the customer needs to either replace or repair the property. So please let us have the replacement or repair quotation of the affected property. Okay, as well as any other relevant information or documents as requested by the adjuster or the insurance company. Okay, so of course, in the event that or under certain circumstances, what has been requested, we have just discussed earlier, are not the standard or fixed documents to be submitted. There may be other relevant information or documents which may be required, okay, depending on the circumstances, depending on the nature of loss, depending on the items being affected. So the documents will be requested once the situation has been assessed by the adjuster, and they'll make a decision and they'll request, basically just for the purpose of establishing the loss, the causation, and also quantum for submission to the insurance company to make a settlement. Right now, what we have just touched on is only as far as fire losses under fire policy is concerned. Now, any other classes of policy, again, claim form is very important. Claim form has to be filled, completed, and submitted. Police report, photograph of damaged items, internal report of findings on the loss, as well as any other relevant information or documents as requested. Okay. So more or less the same type of documents or information required for other classes of insurance. Right. So any questions so far? If not, then I shall proceed. Okay. Okay. Claim form. Now, this is a specimen copy of claim form which has to accompany all claims. Once a claim has been intimated, okay, before a settlement can be made, it is important that the claim form is filled up, completed by the insured, signed, and submitted to Lonpac before a settlement can be made. Please remember this, okay? Without a claim form, no claim can be concluded. All right. Now, this is a specimen copy of the fire brigade report. Right. So this is a specimen copy of fire brigade report. Now, if you can see, the fire brigade report would not write any causation of fire, or will not state in the report what is the cause of fire. Okay, so this is the fire brigade report. All right. Now, this is a LPK1 report. It's just a one-page document, whereas a fire brigade report is a three-page document. So this is a LPK1 report. If any one of you all have not seen what is a LPK1 report, this is a LPK1 report. It's a one-page document which mention source of ignition. You see, sumber nyalaan. It will tell you what caused the fire. All right. Whether it's accidental or not, kemalangan or not. All right. Or whether it's sengaja dibakar, and so on. Okay. So you can see the title of this document as Laporan Mengenai Puncak Kebakaran. In the top right corner, LPK1 report. LPK1. Okay, so this is the LPK1 report for everyone's appreciation for info. So this document has to be submitted together with the fire brigade report, the bomba report, which I mentioned just now. Okay, this document is also free of charge. Once the insured has a bomba report, this LPK1 report will accompany. I mean, of course, at times you have to request, otherwise they will also be submitted together. Okay. Okay. We go on. Now, when there's a claim, what do you do? All right. What do you do when there's a claim? Step one, assessing the damage. All right. How do you assess the damage? Means how do you calculate the damage? Of course, the very simple method is to prepare and give an accurate description of the amount and type of damage. Okay. Example, roof partly blown away, 5 windows broken, ceiling spotted by leaking, roller shutters pulled away and damaged, etc. So basically, these are the what we call accurate description of the amount and type of damage. Okay, and the client must be able to tell when and how the damage occurred. So basically, what time, what date, what day, how it was damaged, how it was discovered, and any was it witnessed by anybody that it has been damaged or happened. All right. So must be able to tell when and how the damage occurred. Okay. And particularly after a windstorm, it is important to note whether the damage is from rising floodwaters or rain entering through damage to the roof. Okay, so it is important to confirm the source, basically to confirm the source of water into the premise. All right. Now, step 2, once you have a brief information of the loss or damage and also able to tell the time of the loss or damage or when it was first discovered, next, you notify to the insurance company or insurers or agent immediately. So notification to insurers or agent immediately. Okay. Now, the insurance contract. Okay. So what is insurance contract? Basically the policy lah. All right. So the policy is actually the insurance contract. Okay. Now the insurance contract requires notification as soon as possible after a loss. Okay. There must not be a delay lah, or undue delay lah, means unnecessary delay. Okay. So there has to be a soonest possible notification. All right. Just leave a telephone number or address where the insured can be contacted. Okay. Leave a phone number or address where the insured can be contacted. So once insured notify a loss to the insurance company, either directly or through an agent, all right, please leave a detail of which case, either the contact number or address where the insured person, the person in charge can be contacted for follow-up. Okay, all right. Step 3, take steps to protect the damaged property from theft or vandalism during or after a fire. Okay. Now, in the event that the loss we are talking about here is due to a fire, okay, so especially a fire which completely burned or destroyed the building, including the contents inside. Okay, it is very important that after a fire, the insured or the customer, okay, protect the building, okay, take steps to protect the building, okay, must lock up the area as secure as possible, okay, this in order to prevent a theft by scavengers on the burnt properties, especially metal scrap. All right, and also this is for the purpose of salvage and protection of the damaged property. This is also a requirement under the policy, because any loss by theft after a fire, okay, is not covered under the fire policy. All right, the policy does not cover loss caused by theft after a fire. Okay, so that is why it's important to protect any damaged property, or even property which are not damaged but subject to the or involved in the claim. All right, okay. Therefore, take photographs of damaged areas if possible. This will help with the presentation of claim and will assist the adjuster in the investigation. Okay, so especially first-hand information, any photograph or video clips of a loss is very important as a source of proof. Okay, and will render the claim to be strengthened by before pictures of valuables and the exterior of the insured building or home. So this is in order to provide proof or evidence that certain property exists, and also certain property is described as so, okay, to assist in quantum calculation. All right. Example, like a building, okay, if let's say there are photographs of the property before of a loss to show that the building is 3-story high, or even a two double story but with a mezzanine floor in between, will be helpful. Okay, so basically you take photograph either after a loss is important. Okay. All right, step 5. If necessary, get a detailed estimate for permanent repairs from at least 1 or 2 reliable contractor and give it to the adjuster. Okay, the estimate should contain detailed specification of the proposed repairs, detailed repair or replacement cost prices, preferably on a unit cost basis. Okay, so basically you the insured needs to get a quotation from a contractor, okay, for submission as a form as part of the claim documents, and in order to claim the damaged item. So the estimate that is to be submitted must have what type of information? So must have specification of the proposed repairs. Means what what uh what is the work to be carried out in the to the damage, means to repair what property or to replace what component. Okay, has preferably must have a breakdown lah, meaning unit cost lah, and should not be on a lump sum basis lah. Okay, all right. Prepare an inventory of all damaged and restorable items. All right, so basically list down items which are affected and not affected. Do not discard items before adjuster is able to inspect them. So after a loss or damage, please do not throw away damaged items before the arrival of adjuster, because after if this happens, if a damaged item is thrown away, adjuster not able to take photograph, not able to verify, not able to count, not able to identify, and don't even understand what at times what the insured is referring to. Okay, so it's important, do not discard, please don't throw away. Okay, and also by throwing away any items, this will not this will make a salvage process to be unable to carry out. Insurance company cannot mitigate loss. All right, so it's important not to discard items before the adjuster is there. All right, now the inventory list, which I mentioned just now, prepare an inventory of all damaged and restorable items. Now, this inventory list should be as complete as possible and should include description of items, including the brand name, make and model if possible, date of purchase or approximate age, place of purchase, cost at the time of purchase, and estimated replacement cost today. Today means at the time of loss, after a loss. Okay, so the listing to be submitted or form the claim has to carry this information in the listing. All right. Okay, we have reached to the stage or the area or the point of how a quantum is derived. Up to this stage, any question, anything you are not sure, or what I mentioned just now, which you need further clarification, anything from the floor?
Agents, please ask if you don't know anything or if you want to clarify anything. Else, when come to claim, you go and ask for marketing. Marketing can't answer you. Ask Alvin now. Or if you're shy to open your mic, you can always type in the chat box.
All right. Nothing. Okay, we move on. So next, we continue with quantum. Now, quantum, basically, I'll just give a brief walkthrough how a loss quantum or claim quantum is determined, is worked out, or is calculated. Okay. Now, claim quantum means claim settlement. How the policy will respond to the claim submitted, or will respond to the loss or damage property. How insurance company pays. Okay. Now, if the loss or the claim concerns a building, okay, indemnity could be either B. Now, indemnity could be either B means what? Means how the policy respond, how the policy pays. Number one, cost of repairs, less betterment, if any, and depreciation. So means if there is a damage to the building, all right, then the policy will pay the cost of repair, means to repair back the building to the pre-loss or pre-damage condition, less betterment, if any. What is betterment? Now, betterment here means improvement. Okay, so if there are times when after a loss, the client, the insured, the customer may wish to change certain certain type of certain spec of the property. Okay, example, let's say a door, a wooden door is burnt. Now, maybe originally the door is just a plywood door. Now, after a fire, maybe the customer wish to change to a better wood door, okay, or a solid wood door. This solid wood door is a betterment, all right? It's improvement from the original plywood door. So the policy will make certain deduction for the improvement, certain deduction for the betterment. All right, it could be in terms of percentage usually to bring it down, to bring down the cost of the improvement or the betterment. All right, back to the original spec. Okay, so say example, normal plywood door will be like 300 plus to 450. Let's say 500 including labor lah. Okay, so but after a fire, the insured customer may wish to change it to a solid wood door. Okay, maybe like mica door. Mica door, say like the cost is like say 2,000, all right, or even 2,005, including labor. Now, so this additional amount the policy will not bear. Okay, just because the insured want to change a better one, the policy will not bear. The policy will bring it down or will just pay the amount, the fair cost of the original property. Okay, and depreciation. Okay, if the policy is arranged on market value or indemnity value basis. Okay, so the policy will only pay the cost of repair, less betterment if any, if there's any, and depreciation if the policy is arranged in that manner. Okay, or number two, cost of reinstatement means replacement, cost of replacement, less betterment if any. Okay, so the policy will pay the replacement cost minus, okay, betterment, okay, and that's all. No depreciation. This is provided the policy is arranged on reinstatement value basis, meaning the reinstatement value clause is attached in the policy. Okay, now I'm sure everyone of us here knows what is this reinstatement value clause, right? Basically is a clause put inside the policy for the insured to enjoy the benefit of new for old replacement in the event of a loss or damage. Okay, to summarize, it is the clause this just to avoid any depreciation from being applied lah. Okay, so of course, with this clause, the sum insured in the policy has to reflect a full sum insured based on the reinstatement value of the property. Okay, so like for like. So if you want a full reinstatement settlement under the policy, then please make sure that the sum insured is also reflected as a full reinstatement value. Okay, so basically, as far as building is concerned, the indemnity could be either cost of repair less betterment, if any, and depreciation, or cost of reinstatement less betterment, if any. All right. So, yes, we can agree and conclude that betterment will never be considered under the policy. No improvement is payable under whatever policy. Okay. All right. We move on. Plant and machinery. So if in the event, just now we talk about building. So now in the event of plant and machinery involved, means there's a loss or damage to a plant or to a machine. So how does the policy pay? Now, indemnity provided by cost of repairing the damaged property, all right, less deduction for prior depreciation. All right, so basically the cost of repairing the damaged property. So damaged property here refers to the plant and machinery, then less the less deduction for depreciation, okay, or cost of reinstating the damaged property less betterment. Okay. Now the above to include cost of installation and related work as well as duty, freight, etc. So basically, the policy apart from covering the cost of the machine, it also cover the cost of installation, means the labor or installation charges, and the related duty of freight, means whatever transportation to bring in the machine. If the machine is imported, then the duty, custom, freight, whatever cost incurred involved is also covered under the policy. All right. So provided sum insured is adequate lah. Okay. Sum insured is adequate lah. So basically, as far as plant and machinery claim, the policy covers such. Okay, next we go on stocks. Replacement value at the time and place of loss, but with deduction for physical deterioration of stocks. Okay, meaning limited shelf life. So if the stock is perishable, or there is a limited shelf life, means there is an expiry date. Okay, so there will be a deduction for such deterioration or such limited shelf life. Obsolete stocks, meaning out of fashion or out of season stocks, means no longer the trend. So deduction will also be applied to such stocks. Okay. Lost demand in marketplace. Okay. So the policy will also make certain deduction in the event of there's a loss of demand in marketplace. All right. Now, stocks involving work in progress and finished goods. So, indemnity provided by payment of purchase cost of raw materials, import duties, transportation costs, cost of manufacturing items to the stage at the time of loss, and this includes light, heat, and power, production labor, variable costs. So basically, how the policy covers or respond to a stock claim involving WIP, work in progress, and finished goods. So basically, it provides, it covers the purchase cost of the raw material, add any import duties, if any, add transportation cost, means lorry charges, or the handling charges. It adds also if cost of manufacturing, means the raw materials brought in already, put into production operation. If halfway there's a fire, how do we calculate the stocks being produced halfway? So meaning raw material plus import duty, if there's any, plus transportation charges, plus the items in manufacture until the stage where the loss had occurred, and this including the labor, okay, incurred, the utilities, means light, heat, power, the utilities are already spent, and also variable costs. So any cost means additional cost into the product up to the stage where the loss happened, the policy covers. Okay. So basically, that's how the policy responds to the stop loss involving work in progress and finished goods. Okay, we have done up a brief walkthrough on the calculating claims quantum. Any issue, any question from the floor so far? Before we move on to common issues in insurance claims and case study, so to be shared. Any question? Anything that you are not sure? Anything you have come across? Any experience that you are not quite sure or find it questionable about? All right. If none, then I'll proceed to the next stage. Let me share with you some common issues we usually and regularly encounter as far as insurance claims is concerned, and maybe one or two case study which I find it quite interesting to share. All right. Now, common issues in insurance claims. Now, as far as fire policy is concerned, is on the settlement option, whereby the matter is called reinstatement value clause. Now, which is a new for all option provided subject to the following: sum insured for interest insured is adequate or equivalent with the new replacement value of insured property. All right. Affected property must be replaced or reinstated within 12 months from the date of its destruction. Now, I'm sure lots of us, if not all, here knows what is this reinstatement value clause, meaning basically it is a new for all option or new for all benefits if this clause is inserted or added into the policy. Okay, meaning the insured can enjoy the benefit of a new item. Okay, new item means no need to depreciate the replacement property. Okay, so new item. All right, no need to argue about depreciation. All right, no need to feel unhappy when receiving the claim at a much lower amount than the claim amount. All right, so with this reinstatement value clause, that it will provide the benefit of new for all option, but okay, but there is a condition. Condition is that the sum insured, okay, which I just mentioned just now, not too long ago, sum insured for the interest insured means the subject matter, okay, has to be adequate. Now, how do we know or how do we define what is adequate? Adequate means the value has to be equivalent, means same, okay, same with the new replacement value, with the new replacement value of the property insured, means the sum insured has to reflect, has to state the new value, okay, of the property. Means if let's say the property has to be what is the new value of the property, then that would be the sum insured. It cannot be depreciated, cannot be on the used value, or depreciated value cannot be on a market value, cannot be a second-hand value. Okay, especially machine. Okay, a lot of customer, a lot of insured we have come across, they will insure their machine, their equipment based on a use value. They will always say that the machine, the equipment has depreciated is over a period of time, just like a car, right? They will always say that the machine is no longer that much when they bought it previously, so they insure it at a lower amount. But when the claim happens, they expect to receive a full amount, a new amount of the property. Okay, so that is not a correct basis of insuring it. Okay, in order to,
Alvin,
yeah,
sorry. There's a
can,
question raised by Hua Sui Wing in the chat box on how do we determine the reinstatement value of the residential property. He asked
okay.
if it remained the same over the ensuing renewal years.
All right. So to answer this question, for buildings, be it residential property, commercial property, industrial property, all right. The the answer here is that I take it that your property means building, right? So in order, how do we determine the sum insured of a building, residential building, commercial building, or industrial building? Is by engaging a contractor and ask the contractor to work out what would be the estimated cost if the customer or the insured wants to rebuild a similar building. That would be the cost. That would be the sum insured. So say the residential property is say 20 by 60 build up of what construction, how many story, what are the features. If the insured intends to include all the renovation inside, all right, all the feature fittings inside whatsoever, as far as building is concerned, please mention this to the contractor, ask him to work out. May not be a exact figure, but almost equivalent will do. Okay, so say example, a bungalow property of a detached house, a bungalow. All right, maybe you do not have, I mean, for a simple calculation, say we will take the build up area, how many square feet, then we get to know where about the location, what type of material. Say we calculate like today's cost, maybe at least 200 ringgit per square foot, or to 230, then we times the number of the build up area. Then if there, let's say it's a 3-story, then we times 3 lor. So similarly for a commercial property, more same method, including industrial property. But industrial property has to be a bit careful because certain industry may incur higher reconstruction costs. All right. I use the term reconstruction costs because the policy does not cover land or foundation. All right, unless specifically arranged. Otherwise, only cover the cost to reconstruct the property. So certain industry needs has to be a bit costly. Example, if the industry involve electronic or electrical manufacturing, where you have clean room, then the cost is quite expensive, quite high. If the industry deals with much lower commodities such as wood, metal, or very common consumer products, then the reconstruction cost may be quite low because the materials do not need to be so high end or specific in that manner lah. So in order to determine the sum insured, for residential property, commercial property, or industrial property, to get a proper sum insured, get in a contractor, ask the contractor to quote what is the cost for you if you want to rebuild the same property as what my current property. Ask him to quote. Or if you have none, you need a fast one, then you get hold of your built up area of the property. Then you times depending on the property, you times the per square foot of that property to get more or less the equivalent value of the property. Okay. Do I answer the question?
Mr. Phua, is Alvin answered your inquiries? You understand on his explanation? Alvin, I think you can proceed. Ready?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, we move on to reinstatement value and versus indemnity value. So reinstatement value refers to the value, right? In the event that the policy is attached with the reinstatement value clause. Now, while indemnity value is a value where the policy does not have a reinstatement value clause. Okay, we take it layman term, indemnity value is a market value or use value. Okay, so this is example. A new cost of item is 10,000. Let's say example, the sum insured is adequate. Now, damaged item is 5 years old and anticipated lifespan is 10 years old. So in the event that there is no reinstatement value attached to the policy, right? The policy does not have a reinstatement value clause. So how do we calculate or how does the policy pay based on indemnity value? So depreciation is therefore applied. And if the item has already been around for 5 years old and the anticipated lifespan is 10 years old, means 50% we are looking at 50% of depreciation. All right.
Alvin, I think the slide not moving.
Oh, not moving again. Can you see this?
You have some calculation? No.
Sorry? Can you see?
Now, okay, can see it.
No, okay. Okay.
Thanks.
Right. Right. You can you see? Can you read? Now, maybe I repeat. So we come to a case study where give a very simple illustration of reinstatement value versus indemnity value. Example of this case is that the new cost of item is 10,000, all right, and with the sum insured being adequate, right, and the damaged properties is already 5 years old with an anticipated or expected lifespan of 10 years old, all right. So basically, common sense says that this item is already half past its lifespan already. All right. By 10, all right. So by 10 years old, this item will be spoiled lah, kaput. But before that, already used half of its lifespan already. All right. So if in the event that the policy is not attached with the reinstatement value clause, so the policy will respond based on indemnity value. Now, how the indemnity value is calculated? Now, basically, the depreciation rate applicable is half lah, so say 50%. Now, if there is second-hand or used item available, then this value of the second-hand or new item shall be adopted, all right, in the claim settlement. Then there will be no depreciation, all right, because second-hand value or used item value is already a depreciated value. It's not a new value, all right. So then there shall be no depreciation. Otherwise, if there is no second-hand item or used item value available, then depreciation will be applied based on a new item value. Okay, so the tabulation below is a simple calculation or illustration that the claim, if there is a reinstatement value clause attached to the policy, then the claim will be paid at 10,000. Otherwise, on indemnity value basis, the claim will be paid at 5,000. Okay, because of the depreciation being applied 50% based on the usage of the item against the lifespan. All right. Clear? Okay, we move on. Another case study of underinsurance. Now, we always come across of the dispute conflict arising because of underinsurance. Means what's underinsurance? Meaning the sum insured arranged in the policy is not adequate. Okay, sum insured is not adequate, so you have a situation of underinsurance. Okay, and a dispute always arises when settlement is made. Okay, so a simple illustration here. Cost of item is 10,000. Damaged item can be repaired at 5,000. Right. Sum insured is 8,000 and inadequate. Okay, not adequate lah, not sufficient. Policy is attached with reinstatement value clause. Now, you can see the item, the property is 10,000, but the sum insured is only 8,000. All right, it's 8,000 means it's not sufficient to cover the item itself. Sum insured is 8,000 against 10,000. All right, so definitely there's an underinsurance. So how the underinsurance is calculated? Is calculated that sum insured over value at risk. Okay, sum insured over the value at risk times the loss. So in this case, the sum insured is 8,000 over the value at risk of 10,000. All right, so times the loss of 5,000. So at the end of the day, instead of getting 5,000, the insured gets only 4,000, 1,000 less. All right. So basically, this is a very simple illustration of underinsurance, which tells us that in the event the sum insured is not adequate to cover the new cost of item, any loss settlement will be not being full. Okay, will be not being full, and this will create a dispute. All right. All right. Yeah, this is something which I wish to highlight to everyone here, that the onus of proving lies on the insured, meaning it is the insured's duty to prove the loss was caused by a peril insured, or at least prima facie evidence of loss, meaning the insured has to prove a loss, okay, and that this loss is covered under the policy. Means that is the insured which has to prove that whatever claim they are submitting or they have submitted is a loss covered under the policy. It is for the adjuster to verify what the insured has proven and for the insurers to consider. Okay, it is not the other way around, that the insurance company or the adjuster to prove the insured loss. All right, no, it is the other way around. The onus of proof lies on the part of the insured. Okay. All right, next we goes on to claims issue which we encounter: insufficient proof of loss. Now you can see from the photograph, fire which has completely razed or gutted the entire building, contents all inside. All right. Now, physical stock inventory inconclusive, less than 50% of stocks counted. Okay. And documents, invoices, receipt, DO, delivery, all destroyed in the fire. So the insured needs to have some backup or some documents elsewhere to support their claim. All right, in the event of such situation. Okay. Okay. You can see a very brief extraction of accounting, of sales and purchase accounting documents, figures, closing stocks. Now, loss assessment using financial statement, but stocks value in audited accounts grossly suppressed. Okay, actual stocks value above sum insured of 5 million. Okay, and with the closing stock of slightly over 3 million. So what do you wish the policy to pay? So basically, in the event that there is insufficient proof of loss, adjusters will look at documentation. Okay, now when we look at documents and whatever figures we pick up from the documents, okay, will be used in assessing the loss. Okay, notwithstanding what the insured have contended or intend to claim. So in the event that there's insufficient proof, then whatever evidence or documents managed to be gathered will be used in working out the loss. right? Yes, we also encounter that some stocks we dealt with where the insured sells imitation goods and being used as part of a claim and pass them as genuine goods. Also, the policy will not consider this. All right. Because under the law and under the act, any imitation goods should not be passed on as genuine goods and be subject to claim matters. All right. Okay. And to share with you some risk coverage issues. Now, roof tiles profile replaced, awning damage due to windstorm. Now you look at this property. Okay, you look at this property. The insured claim that the roof tiles have been replaced and damaged by windstorm. Looking at it, we do not see any sign of windstorm. Okay, and if you look at the roof tiles being replaced, the texture, the color, the contour, all are similar and consistent, matching. So there is no evidence to show that any roof tiles being replaced, being damaged caused by windstorm and subsequently replaced, and there is also no evidence of damage by windstorm. Okay, so no, there are inconsistency lah. Basically, I'm to share here with you, right? Now, poultry farmhouse collapsed after heavy rain with strong winds. So, is this a windstorm claim? Is this a windstorm damage? Have a look. So, note that the roof of the collapsed building is intact. All right. Neighboring building of inferior construction not affected. You can see on the right, the building on the right, okay, is a poorer constructed building. It's not affected, and there is no widespread damage. Okay. So what caused the building to collapse? You observe the timber frames, the condition of the timber frame. So the building is of timber. You can see the frames are all rotten, all right, decay, damage. So it's due to wear and tear, all right. It's due to rot over a period of time. So it is not a windstorm damage, right? So any damage to building not necessarily be be caused by windstorm. There could be other causes as well. Now, I'll share with you another interpretation of property insured. Now, loss concerns accident damaged vehicle, all right, which was just towed to a workshop. Workshop caught fire and damaged vehicles at the premises. Description of property insured. On stock in trade of vehicles, new or used, visitors' vehicles at parking lots, all vehicles sent for repair or vehicles on work in progress, finished and semi-finished for XYZ Simrahat, held in trust or on commission, within the compound, open yard while kept within the situation of risk, excluding total loss vehicles which have claimed under motor insurance. So, will the policy respond to the loss? So, yeah, the vehicle, unless the vehicle has been total loss, otherwise the damage to the vehicle is payable under policy minus, okay, minus the repair cost. So basically the policy will respond accordingly. All right. Okay. Share a case study with you. It's a fire to a food processing factory. Insured relocated to their food processing factory to a new site after a previous fire a year earlier. Insured was compensated 1 million for the previous fire claim on the process machinery. Fire policy effected with a new insurer for a sum insured of 2 million on plant and machinery and 200,000 on stocks. Okay. Now, there are actually some red flags in this case. The new factory never commenced production as the new location was without treated water supply. Remember, this is a food processing factory. So if a food processing factory, there is no treated water supply, how can they operate? All right. Eyewitness saw fire outbreak was from insured factory. Insured director was seen at the factory just before the fire. Bank statement show low volume of transaction, indicating no business activity. In the previous fire claim 2 years ago, the process machine were written off, means total loss. All right. And the insured claimed to have purchased new machine. However, no documents available to show the insured had purchased new machine. Insured did not possess valid food processing permit and license. Scarcity of stocks, very less of stocks in the premise, despite their contention that they are trading rice noodles. Okay, mihun, before the fire. Stainless steel machine were painted over and such. This is not allowed in food processing, especially. Detailed inspection done with independent forensic consultant reviewed the process machines were the same for the 2 fire incident. The same welding scene, same machine, everything. And it is very strange for such a custom-made machine. All right. So a lot of red flags, a lot of inconsistency. So this is a so-called food processing factory, which was rented sublot of a sawmill premise. All right. rice washing tank in the first fire and the rice washing tank in the second fire, you can see they are quite similar, left and right. You also can see the similar welding seam on both pictures, but basically they are of the same machine, but appearing on two different incidents. Okay. Boiler in the first fire and boiler tank in the second also refers to the same machine, but appearing on two different incidents. All right, I'm sharing with you also some some pictures of a warehouse fire, which the LPK1 bomba report, the LPK1 which mentions sengaja dibakar, deliberate fire. Now, if you look at the photo, you can see that only one pile of stocks were burned by fire. You look at the pile of stocks all surrounding it, very nicely placed and stacked with very little damage to the boxes surrounding it. This is very strange for a warehouse fire, especially the carton boxes are all made of paper. And one thing which I have mentioned just now, and I want to say it again, concerning bursting or overflowing of domestic tank, water tanks, apparatus, or pipes, whereby the policy pays for loss or damage caused by the above peril, which is the bursting or overflowing of water tank or perils. In simple words, only the resultant damage is recovered under a policy. The policy will not pay for the cost of locating the burst pipe, such as hacking the wall or floor slab, or the cost to relay or reroute the pipe, repair the pipe, or making good the head wall or floor slab. Okay. So an example, insured submitted a claim under this peril and claim for cost to reroute the pipe. Means instead of repair the pipe, the insured lay another pipe, bypass, okay, reroute the pipe to put a bypass pipe, okay. The cost to touch up the plaster and repaint the wall behind which the burst pipe was located. Now, the policy only pays for the cost to touch up the plaster wall, which was blistered and repainted, and repaint the wall, which was stained. Now, the plaster wall was caused by water damage caused by the burst pipe. Okay, this is a consequence of a resultant damage of the peril. Okay, so as a result of the bursting, water damaged the wall. So the cost to repaint the wall and to touch up the wall is covered, but not the cost to reroute the pipe. Okay, mean the bypass the pipe. This is not covered under policy. Okay, remember. Some pictures on water stain marks on the ceiling. Right. Bulging parquet flooring caused by water damage. Alleged windstorm damage, but there was no widespread event. Okay. And finally, landslide and subsidence. Now, scope of cover. So just to share with you that landslide and subsidence cover under fire policy has two types of cover. Number one is that unless the policy do not cover outbuilding, means perimeter fencing, patio, drive, swimming pool is not covered unless and until the main building is damaged. Okay. The other cover is that with that deletion of exclusion A, then the perimeter fencing is recoverable or admissible under the policy. Okay, we have come to a conclusion of my presentation or brief walkthrough or sharing today. Any question from the floor so far? Anything that you wish to ask further?
Yeah, please
Yeah,
ask.
any more questions from the floor? It is not easy to get Alvin to join us for this training, so please make full use of him. If any questions, feel free to ask. Don't be shy, okay? You can type in the chat room there if you do not want to speak up. No questions, If you don't ask questions, I do not know whether you understand fully or not what Alvin has walked you through just now. That means, Alvin, you have did a very good presentation, is it?
Thank you. Maybe they are shy.
Okay, all right, thank you. So
No
if there's
issue
no
lah.
more
I mean,
questions from any all of you at the moment, it's okay. If you have think of any questions later, feel free to refer to your servicing officer, or you can call myself or anyone from Penang branch here. We'll be more than happy to assist you and to guide you along. Okay. Alvin, thank you so much for your time and a very impressive presentation. And you have shared all the interesting case scenario or case study. Appreciate it much. So we shall end this session if there's no more questions from the floor. Okay, once again, thank you, Alvin, and thank you everybody for your time to attend this training.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Okay. All right, we shall end this session. Thank you, everyone.